I'd like to know each of your top selling upsells that you sell before they arrive.
Yeah, for us, it's all in-room experiences. We have, pretty, I would say, one-of-a-kind accommodations, and we often find that our guests really want to stay in their treehouse or in their dome or stay on property, really, despite the fact that we're right next to Fredericksburg, which is a pretty, bustling town and one of the more popular driving destinations in Texas. So our top ones are private chef, massage, and the number one is probably that romantic package. Just so many people are coming to celebrate, honeymoon, anniversary, birthdays. Like it's so celebratory in nature that one is very popular.
Ben, do you mind me asking what that includes, the romantic package? What's your cost, if you don't mind sharing?
Yeah, so we have different levels for it. And I don't know all the exact prices offhand, but I think it's somewhere like the starting one is $75 or something like that, and the next one is like 125. And one of them includes a bottle of wine, the other one doesn't. They both include silk rose petals. We tried real and ruined a lot of sheets, so we moved to silk, and that's done well. We also provide them with some really nice battery op candles, just for fire reasons. We use the battery op ones, and chocolates. So that comes with both, and then bottle of wine on the more expensive one.
Do you think your team is at a heavy lift or a light lift for them?
For implementing,
Yeah, for executing.
yeah, I would say on the 11 unit site, relatively light lift.
Okay.
Yeah,
And it sounds like that would have a pretty healthy margin.
it does
Yeah.
for sure.
Irene, what's your top selling upsell?
So, as I mentioned to you before, we have staff on site. We have two massage therapists that are full time massage therapists for us. We have a full time chef. So, our number one, two, and three would be we do serve what we'll call a supper styles dinner. Think of it very similar to Outstanding in the Field. It's a prefix menu. It starts at 6:30. Back to this kind of probably opposite of seclusion. We one of our pillars is community. So we do a farm to table dinner 5 nights a week that guests can engage in. If they don't engage in it, we're open to the public for revenue, like a hotel would be. And it starts at 6:30. It's $75 a person plus, bottles of wine, which gets roughly each person to about $120 a person. So $240 a couple, not inclusive of, tip, gratuity, and any other additional things that they have. And then we do our massages. So our massage therapists are pretty much booked every day and every time slot. They do that. And then we have sales. So we're 3 miles as a crow's flies to Lake Michigan. So a lot of guests love that afternoon sale if they have families, evening sale with a bottle of wine and a picnic basket. Very similar to, actually modeled after the Montage in Palmetto Bluff, where they do the Vouv basket or the Vouv bike. Very similar to that. So, and then that's roughly about $400 a couple.
That's interesting. I mean, I think at the Grove we were at 30 FTE for the summer seasonally, and that sounds like significantly more staffing than both Ben and Irene have on site. So it's always
Yeah.
interesting to know how people are executing.